This game is fucked up.
I almost exited the home until I found out that the house had a basement as well. What I found next had to be one of the most disturbing things I'd seen yet. Downstairs, I found this strange lair. The room, much like the others, is filled with little odds and ends. But what grabbed my attention first was the bed with the outline of someone's body. Beside it was the doll and a baby carriage. When I exited the house, I was again met with Aika, the girl in red. When I spoke with her, all that appeared this time was jumbled text. The fourth and final house was again marked by another red roof. I noticed that it was laid out just like the first house for the most part, except that the place was a mess. Items were scattered all throughout the room. There was no birthday cake on the dinner table, and instead of the three mannequins now stood a clothes rack. I decided to go upstairs first. The room was the same as before, except that the paintings had been scratched out. The only figures that weren't were the woman and the man. Another doll in red was found, with an axe nearby. I noticed that the entry to the back room was no longer blocked. There I found the doll with an axe, along with the mannequin of the girl in red. The two were barricaded off from the rest of the village. There was no way of getting to them. They were together at last, cut off from the rest of the world. That concludes my experience at Aika Village. Now, there was so much to this town that I'm sure I missed a few things. This was just documentation of my initial visit. There are many theories as to what happened in this sleepy little village. Clearly, the backstory revolves around the girl in red and her family. The town itself is filled with symbolism. The beginning shows the village trees bearing fruit, flowers blooming, signifying life. The village slowly degenerates to dead trees and disrupted soil, symbolic of death. The way I see it is that Aika's parents either died or were murdered, hence their paintings being scribbled out. The doll with the axe could possibly be behind their deaths. One of them could have been murdered in their sleep. That's why you see the outline of the body on the bed. Maybe one of them was murdered and the other committed suicide, a la the shoes on the beach. The fact that Aika wears red, much like the doll itself, could mean many things. Maybe she acted as the doll. Maybe the doll was jealous of Aika's relationship with her parents and wanted Aika's attention all for herself. Who knows? Either way, it's just a fucking video game. What am I doing here? Doesn't mean it's not interesting though. What are your thoughts and theories? Be sure to leave them in the comments below. Now, like always, I decided to investigate. At first, I was under the impression that this was some kind of creepy Easter egg made by Nintendo. But once I played through New Leaf long enough, I realized that these dream worlds are towns created by other players. With a little research and looking through various forums, I kept hearing about an interview that has been floating around online with the creator of this creepy town. From what I gathered, the creator did an interview with Nintendo Dream, which is basically the Japanese publication of what we used to know as Nintendo Power. The interview has not been translated into English, but from what I understand, the creator was very ambiguous with her answers. The town was meant to be open for interpretation. This way anybody could have a theory and not necessarily be wrong. So that being said, what are your theories regarding this creepy little town? Was Aika a victim or the culprit? Was her parents murdered or did they commit suicide? This town owes a lot to Japanese horror, which makes it that much creepier. It's definitely worth checking out. Visiting the town leaves you scared, exhilarated, yet depressed. It puts you in a weird state of mind, or at least it did for me. Either way, Aika Village will forever go down in creepy gaming history. For a game that just hit North America in the last couple of months, this town has created a lot of buzz. We would have never have guessed that this quaint little dream town would turn into such a nightmare.
So, what did we learn today? Absolutely nothing. The truth of it is that most of these creepy video game Easter eggs are really just kind of there to make the gamers question and talk and create buzz and discussion. They're left ambiguous to make you wonder what it could possibly mean. There is no real right answer. So that being said, what are your theories regarding Aika Village on Animal Crossing New Leaf? I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Hi, I'm Mike with us. Hey, creepy, thanks for watching. Peace.